When I first started training, I was 62 kilograms and skinny as f. I was so skinny that my friends once stood me in front of a locker and laughed because my shoulders were the same width. And from that day onwards, I decided I had to change. And I did. Over the next few years, I completely transformed my body. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I went from being a skinny kid to building the strong, muscular physique I have today, so you can get there in a fraction of the time. A calorie surplus simply means eating more calories than you burn in a day. This will give your body extra energy that you can use to build muscle as long as you train correctly. To know if you're in a calorie surplus or not, you need to get an estimation of your TDEE, the amount of calories you burn in a day. If you eat this amount, you'll stay the same weight. If you eat below this amount, you'll lose weight. And if you eat above this amount, you'll gain weight. I'll leave a link to a TDEE calculator in the description so you can work out your total daily energy expenditure. You don't need to go on a massive bulk and get fat. Maintain a similar body fat percentage and gain muscle slowly over time. You should be in a small calorie surplus of around 200 to 300 calories. You can use any calorie counting app to track your calories, but I do recommend you use MyFitnessPal. I'm not sponsored, it's just the one I've been using for years and it's great. You should use a scale to track your weight every morning and then get an average of how much you're gaining per month to make sure you're not gaining weight too quick or too slow. Gain about 1/4 to half a pound per week, which on average is around 1 to 2 pounds per month. And please don't try to eat more than a 200 to 300 calorie surplus, as it's going to lead to more fat gain, which will then force you to cut too early, and this will make you go into a cycle of being skinny, getting skinny fat, cutting down to skinny again, and it's very unproductive and it won't let you build any real muscle. And it's just a place you do not want to be in. So please take it slow, be patient, and remember, Rome was not built in a day. You either burn too many calories because you play a lot of sports, have a small appetite which stops you from eating enough, or you're just too busy and forget to eat. And all of these issues have one thing in common: you're not eating enough calories. And a good way to fix this instantly is by making small adjustments to your food, which means you can eat the same amount of foods, but the foods that you eat are just naturally higher in calories. Ideally, try to get most of your calories from whole foods. Because yes, eating junk food will help you gain weight, but it also comes with a lot of other issues. You could develop skin issues, start feeling sluggish, and you could end up being skinny fat or just fat. So instead, focus on calorie-dense whole foods. These are foods that tend to be naturally higher in healthy fats and faster digesting carbs. Think of foods such as salmon, mackerel, higher fat beef cuts, chicken thighs with the skin on, avocados, nut butters, nuts, rice, olive oil, butter, whole eggs, milk, dried fruits, and dark chocolate. If your main issue is that you forget to eat, the best thing to do is to set specific meal times. This will make it much easier to develop the habit of eating 3 meals a day, and set alarms to remind yourself to eat, as this will help you build the habit of eating at those times. And if you don't eat enough, you're not giving your body the energy it needs to literally create new tissue on your body. And the same way you need people and bricks to build a house, you need energy and protein to build new muscle. If you're too busy and you forget to eat, the best thing to do is to carry around a small high-calorie snack on you at all times. So even if you're busy, you can literally reach into your pocket and start eating. This could literally be as simple as carrying around some nuts, some trail mix, or some dried fruits. Or you could even carry around some liquid calories. Drinking your calories is probably the easiest way to get your calories and your protein in at the same time. And you can do this by literally creating your own little high-protein, high-calorie shake at home. Your body actually builds muscle through a process called muscle protein synthesis. This is when your body breaks down protein and uses it to create new muscle tissue. So if you're not eating enough protein, you're limiting the amount of muscle you can actually build. If you don't know how much protein to eat, just aim for anywhere between 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Personally, I just stick with 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, but you can still go a little bit lower and still build just as much muscle. It's an easy number to aim for, and it ensures you get enough protein to build muscle. Try to get most of your protein from whole foods such as your meat, your eggs, your fish, or your plant-based proteins. But if you really struggle to get your protein in, just get a protein powder to supplement the gap. Creatine is the #1 most researched muscle building supplement there is, and it actually works. It will help you lift heavier, recover faster, and build more muscle over time. And like I mentioned before, a good quality protein powder will help fill out the gaps in your protein, which will help you build muscle over time. But it's not really necessary if you can get all of your protein in through your diet. Remember, supplements will help, but they're not what creates real change. Real change comes from putting in the work. This is the training, the eating, and doing these both consistently over time. But if you are ready to create real change and finally get the body that you're working towards, just hit the link in the description to apply for my coaching, and we can make it happen together. A calorie surplus won't actually help you build muscle, if you aren't training properly. So start by focusing on your compound lifts. These are movements that target many muscle groups at once. For example, these are exercises such as your bench press, pull-ups, rows, squats, and hip hinges. And if you focus on progressing in both weights and reps over time, your body will have no choice but to grow. But that will only happen if you're training hard enough and you're pushing your sets close enough to technical failure. The human body is stubborn. It doesn't want to grow and it doesn't want to change. So if you don't give it a reason to grow, then it won't. Personally, I actually really enjoy barbell, calisthenics, and dumbbell exercises. But if you are a beginner, I actually recommend you start with the Smith machine, machines, and basic calisthenic exercises. This is because they'll help you learn how to use your body, build a good mind-muscle connection, and most importantly, push your body close enough to failure without injuring yourself. I recommend you start off with 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps for your compound exercises, and 2 to 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps for your isolation exercises. This will help you practice the exercises, get stronger, and push yourself without getting injured. And trust me, the number one thing that will hurt your progress the most is getting injured. So you can't say I don't look out for you. I got you. Just make sure you're following a resistance training program that lets you hit each muscle group twice a week, as this is optimal for building muscle. And the good news is I've got a full 3-month resistance training program linked down below. And this includes everything we mentioned today, plus some more details that I couldn't fit into this video. And it will 100% speed up the process from you being skinny to building the body that you know you can get. When it comes to your recovery, the basics cover 99% of what you need. But getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night is the most important, as most of your recovery, muscle building, and hormone regulation happens while you're sleeping. Sleep at a consistent time, don't use your phone 1 to 2 hours before you sleep, don't drink water right before you sleep, and try not to eat too close to when you go to sleep. But most importantly, don't stress about your sleep, because when you stress about it, it gets worse. So if you really are thirsty, drink some water. If you're hungry, get a snack, and try your best to get good sleep, but don't overly stress about it. And last but not least, the biggest factor that will decide whether you actually build muscle or not is consistency. And I know people love to say discipline over motivation because it sounds cool. And it's true long term, you definitely need discipline, but use motivation to get started. And then once you've actually started, that's when you have to start applying discipline, put systems in place to make sure you stay consistent. But use the motivation to build an environment that will make it impossible to fail. So go buy the foods I mentioned earlier, sign up for a gym, invest in a proper training program or a coach, supplements to get you excited for the process, and just make sure tomorrow when you wake up, you've got the plan, you've got the structure, and the mindset that will make success your only option. But if you are genuinely ready to make real change and to finally build the body you know you're capable of, just hit the link in the description to work one-on-one with me. But please remember, I didn't build the physique that I have today by being perfect. I built it by being consistent. Anyway, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I hope you did enjoy the video. And as per usual, it's been a pleasure talking to you. My name is Iyad Harishi, by the way.